I don't think anything in human history has done more damage to relationships than social media.
And she'd sent me a screenshot of another couple who were like with the you know, the rose petals and the roses and stuff. And she was infuriating herself based on an Instagram post she'd seen of another couple.
Yeah. Social media gamifies everything it touches. It turns people's personalities into personal branding. It turns self-development into materialism and narcissism, and it will not stop until there is nothing left of the human experience except consumerism and validation seeking. We live in a society ruled by shameless exhibitionism. Every waking moment of our lives can be commodified. Every interaction and experience can be turned into content to be consumed by strangers in exchange for validation and attention, the gods of this new world. Gone are the days where fame and fortune and paparazzi were limited to legitimate celebrities. Now everyone and their dog can role play as a celebrity or a porn star, gorging their egos 24 hours a day with online attention and validation until they self-develop a full-blown schizophrenic narcissistic main character syndrome disorder.
Kill me, I'm Instagram famous, you bum.
Everyone who uses social media is infected. No one is 100% immune. Every time we interact with a social media platform, we are exchanging energy with an invisible entity. Posting, scrolling, consuming, we are feeding it. And if we are not deeply aware and intentional with our energy, that entity, that monster will devour our souls piece by piece, post by post. Storytelling has always been central to humanity. It's how we have created connections and shared knowledge for thousands of years. When an important event happens, the story gets shared with the community. That's what the news is. And I'm sure everyone since Genesis has desired to have stories told and songs sung about their heroic deeds and accolades and achievements and lives to be immortalized through the power of storytelling. And now everyone has their own handheld personal broadcasting network. People can now make their morning routine, their get ready with me, what they ate for breakfast, every detail of their life, everywhere they go, everything they do. They can make all of that into front page news. It truly has become like that one Black Mirror episode where society was run on a ratings-based social media network. Only those with the highest ratings were granted access to privileges in society. Only those with enough likes and followers and the perfect feed aesthetics were deemed worthy. Sound familiar? Every moment and every relationship becomes a performative opportunity to extort external validation. Flowers and dinner can't be enjoyed without making a post about it. What's that about? Could it be that we find more reward in the attention that we extract from all of the people who aren't even there than we do from the moment itself? Why even go out for dinner if you can't post something that will cause FOMO and envy in others, right? And it better only be posts from the most trendy and expensive spots in the city. Let me tell you a story. I once knew a girl who ordered herself some wrapping paper with the Louis Vuitton, the LV logo printed all over it. And after her boyfriend bought her flowers from the grocery store, she took those flowers and she wrapped them in the fake Louis wrapping paper just to take a photo of them for her Instagram story. I cannot wrap my mind around that. I would actually be offended by it. That woman would never get another bouquet of flowers from me in her life because she does not care about the flowers. She does not care about the romantic gesture. She cares far more about selling a facade of luxury to receive validation from an online audience of strangers. Speaking of that, I also saw a clip the other day about modern weddings that I think fits perfectly with this topic.
A bride canceled her wedding and dumped her fiancé after guests refused to pay an entrance fee of $1,500 each.
Why do you need 5 cakes? I don't understand. Oh my gosh, someone commented, try 13. We're having one on every table. She got quoted $9K for her bridal makeup. Scroll down a bit more, $15,000. You wash off the makeup that cost you an arm and a leg. Who is paying this amount? This wedding costs $1 million. I just want to talk about the insane costs of weddings these days. They've just gotten very extreme. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not going into debt for my future wedding. There ain't no way. I remember when I was younger, of course, I wanted this extravagant wedding. The older I get, and especially after digging into all of this, after seeing all these TikToks, I think it's a real thing. And I think it's just gotten progressively more extreme because of social media. Like, people just want to show off on social media. Because, like, truly, what was wedding culture like before social media? I just feel like people are more excited to post their weddings on social media than they are getting married to the love of their life. And it just seems like a competition of who can spend the most money. And I feel this way about both weddings and gender reveals. Like, that could be a whole video in itself.
I am aware that my examples thus far have all been of women, and that probably has me looking a certain way. But I assure you, I keep the same energy for men. There are plenty of guys out there who are also reducing relationships to online puppet performances of consumerism and materialism, but it's still a women's dominated field in my observation. But we don't need to get into that right now. I think there are essentially 2 types of people who post on public social media accounts. People who post in order to give value to the public, and people who post in order to receive or take value from the public. Think about somebody creating an educational video and someone posting a selfie. I don't expect that it is very difficult to figure out which one is more about giving value and which one is more about getting value. And those who use social media to get value rather than to give value will obviously be the ones who are the most susceptible to validation addiction. Before you know it, everything becomes a performance. It's all about aesthetics. It's all about public perception. It's all about getting value in order to feel valuable. Rather than being present with the places and people right in front of you, you are thinking about how you can use those places and people to garner attention from people who are not even there. Everything and everyone becomes a prop in your display. If your life is a movie, you are following a script. You stop being able to enjoy a meal and a good time with good company if it's not Instagrammable. If it's not Instagrammable, then it's not valuable. If it can't get you social media validation and attention, then it's not worth your time. The value of a relationship becomes measured by the online attention that it can get you. Sadly, from what I see, it has become a lot more difficult to find anyone born after or around the inception of social media who is not indoctrinated by this monster. And the problem is that they won't even know that they're indoctrinated by it because they don't know anything different. I was born in the 90s, so I didn't grow up with social media. I think I got Facebook when I was 17, so my brain did not develop inextricably intertwined with the dynamics that social media has introduced to society. And still, my ego has to wrestle daily with its effects and temptations. One of the healthiest decisions that I've ever made was to take my romantic life almost completely offline. Like it or not, social media has people becoming increasingly performative and self-centered. Far too many relationships today are more like brand collaborations than relationships, like soft launching a product to be consumed by the public, relationships whose health is gauged by how well it sells on the internet. It's not about getting married anymore. It's about how the wedding posts look. It's all a competition. It's all consumerism. It's all entitlement. What happens to relationships when everyone starts playing these comparison games on social media? When everyone thinks that they're some kind of influencer? When authenticity gets replaced with aesthetics? What happens when life experiences are valued most for how many likes it can get on a post, or how it measures up to what other people are posting, how much social validation it can bring to you? How can one ever be content in their life if their life is content?